Hey guys, this is Tally Interviewer
Hello.
and Ghost Luke.
Hello.
And we're playing Murders on the Yangtze River again.
Murders.
Possibly the last time. We'll see if we manage to finish
Murders.
it. But yeah, oh boy, I just saw we
Yeah.
had some very dramatic
Yeah, we're at
thumbnails over
that
here.
one with the overlay.
Yeah, so we've
Last time.
more or less solved the murder case we were initially looking at. Oh, you just finished catching up on all the VODs? Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for coming. So now you're all caught up.
At the finish line.
Yeah. Yeah, so now we're more looking into the original case that started it all.
The original
murder
case, which this
of our
case
brother.
is somehow connected to.
Yeah.
This case, Shen says, was about covering up what
yeah.
originally happened with Brian's death.
And it's looking like it might have actually been a suicide, but clearly there's more to it. So
Yes,
I guess
and I want to get things on the record before we move forward.
Yep.
As I've been letting things percolate, and I have thoughts, and I want to lay them out before we move forward.
Hang on. Is it supposed to have this echo, or are we having echo bugs again? I think it's actually supposed to be an echo because it's like the two characters overlaid on top of each other.
Yeah, fingers crossed on that.
Was there an echo last time? I don't remember.
Not last. Well, I mean, I at least wasn't hearing an echo.
All right. Well, we're gonna go with it. Hopefully, nothing weird is happening. Anyway, please carry on.
Yeah, I'm doing my own all objects and all images settle. I'm like going through the case myself. We're all overlaid in this together right now. Okay, so the thing is, Watson did it. Like, that is true, even if Brian was the one to stab himself in the chest. Yeah. I don't think we're going to get an iteration of this wherein Watson did not do it.
Yep.
So, what did he actually do? It seems pretty clear that Brian is the one who set up the contraptions, as well as some of the weirder elements, like the fact that the candles were in the Big Dipper formation and everything. He did that.
Yeah.
So, given that, and given what we know about the book, I'm trying to remember, but I don't remember offhand if the book included, I think it must have included a similar key wind-up thing.
Yes, but it was like on like a fishing wire instead of a tape or something like that.
Yeah, it was in the book.
Yeah.
So the thing is, that he chose to do things in that way was probably significant. Like, he set things up not just in a way that matched the one murder mystery he had in his head, but he left a specific clue towards it in the form of the Big Dipper candles.
Yes.
Because his author's name was Cynosura, which was the North Star constellation and everything, and this is the thing that he told Shen, you can use this to find the North Star.
Yep.
So he was clearly, and again, the wind up, the song
not to
on the phonograph.
Sidetrack you, but I just remembered we had that the missing book that still has not been accounted for.
Yes, okay, I was going to get to the missing book.
All right.
I do have a pin for the missing book. All right, we'll get to the missing book. So
I wonder if
to
interrupt you again. I wonder if it was the manuscript or a copy of it at least. Anyway, carry on. Sorry.
You know what? That actually would be one potential explanation. I have another possible theory, but there is still something important about it that we'll get to in a second. Because the song on the phonograph was also like the 7 stars. Mm-hmm. It was also hinting towards the constellation. It's a message. So that explains certain parts of the contraption, like there's no reason that Brian needed to do a contraption to get the key into his hand because he was in the locked room.
Yes.
Like he didn't need to do that. He had the key. It's there because it's a clue. It's a clue to find this book, find this mystery I wrote. But I think specifically the reason for it is so that Shen would track down Stone Wu. because the book is based off of the Wu Hassan.
Yeah.
And Wu, importantly, fled the fuck to China. He had an argument with Brian, and then he fled the fuck to China the day before Brian was killed.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, so Wu always had some very important information that Brian was pointing Shen towards. That's why Wu was killed just now.
Yeah, because Shen was getting close to him.
Yeah. Is here, looking for Stone Wu.
Yeah,
we'd better take care of this. And I think, given the paper that we found, actually, before we get to this, the thing. Okay, well, circle back to Stone Wu. The thing that is interesting about the contraptions is they don't actually. I'm not sure they did anything really, because again, Brian had the key. He didn't need a contraption to get the key into his hand. He had the key. And the thing that killed us when we were, the thing that killed our case back when we were trying to prove that Brian was murdered was the fact that we could not get the knife, the dagger, to fall from the paper lantern in such a way that it would actually cleanly kill a body.
Yep.
That was the thing that made the cops say, no, it had to have been self-inflicted stabbing. Like, he had to have been holding it with his sleeve and he stabbed himself. And I'm kind of wondering, was Brian just an ideas guy? Maybe he never actually managed to make the murder method work either. And it's possible, though I do think he was poisoned, and I'll be circling back to why I think he was poisoned. But I do think he was poisoned, but I'm wondering if it is possible that he did, in fact, physically stab himself with his own hands, and that's why we couldn't get the knife to drop the way it is. I'm wondering if the entire purpose of the contraptions was to forge as strong as possible a connection to the book, and therefore to the Wu ancestral hall, and therefore to Stone Wu. The thing that, especially, that's sort of a thing where Brian stabbing himself actually strengthens some of the evidence that we have. Because again, that was the critical thing. We could not figure out how it dropped from the paper lantern to stab him so perfectly, and maybe it just didn't. But we also have something really interesting, which is there's one piece of evidence that I don't think works anymore if Brian killed himself without any sort of interference and nobody helped, so to speak. Because you brought up the book, and I was like, yes, the book, exactly. We know that there was a set of books, a set of, I think, maybe 6 books in total. Yeah, and
there must have been someone there to take it away.
There must have been someone there to take it away. We have no evidence that the book was fully destroyed on site.
Yes.
Which, would be one way that it could have disappeared. And Brian certainly couldn't take it away from the scene of the crime because he died. That's the one thing where Brian being the only person in the room actually makes things make less sense.
Yes.
So, the things that happened to the set of books were, first, one book was taken away, but also the remaining books were reordered. Now, your point of maybe one of those books was his manuscript could make sense. That could make sense. But
I mean that specifically the missing book would have been the manuscript, because otherwise
the
we
missing
would have
book would
found
have been
it.
the manuscript. Yes, that's a possible explanation. The other thing I'm wondering, now my Watson did it theory, I'm going to lay out like what exactly happened and when. But I think that the books might have been another clue that actually could have successfully pointed to Watson. And I think Joseph, who we know is a good detective and was one of the first people on the scene, saw that. Like, the thing that tickles my brain is I'm pretty sure I remember there were 5 books left, and that means there would have been like 6 books total.
Something like that,
And that would be like an easy, like, the title
like spelled out
Watson or something.
That would be very convenient.
And that would be very convenient. Well, I mean, maybe he put them from like a different bookshelf or something.
Yeah, maybe.
And Joseph, who is one of the first people on the scene, sees that, puts the pieces together, and is like, "Oh shit!" So he takes a book.
We do.
And
we can, in fact.
Ooh, okay. No, there are more. There are 6 remaining. Okay, so unless he's spelling things out with different words. Okay. If he's spelling something out, it would have 7 letters or something.
Yeah.
But I still think that in some way, it must have pointed to Watson, and I think Joseph is the one who interfered. I think that this was the one thing he messed up from the crime scene. Because he realized
I do think it would be hard for him to interfere with it, because I believe he came like with the police. So the police would have seen if he was messing with things.
Joseph was one of the first ones on scene.
Yes.
They said that explicitly.
Yes.
So I'm like,
he wasn't
there you go.
alone. He wouldn't necessarily have had time to mess with things however he wanted.
I think that it would have been possible if he worked very quickly. Like, I think that...
If he, really got in there first and did it in, 2 seconds before anyone else came in, maybe.
I mean, the thing is,
because, I don't think you can, sleight of hand moving around 7 books.
But there was a lot going on.
It's true.
There were a lot of different suspicious
If they saw him, by the desk and just assumed that he was just examining the books or something.
Yeah, they were looking at the skylight. There was a lot going on. In the first case of this game, a killer just, swiped a letter from the desk and nobody noticed. We've had these sorts of switcheroos before. I think that Joseph's the only one who really could have, because again, it makes less sense that Brian would have been able to do it on account of he died. So what I think happened... I
do wonder about the ink stains on it, though. How and when did those get there?
Yeah, I feel like maybe if this was meant to be a clue, then the ink stains were meant to establish
the order.
The books were in this order.
Yep.
Kind of thing. Maybe even I guess Brian could have mixed up the books himself. And the ink stain was meant to draw attention to the fact that the books had been rearranged, you know?
Yeah.
You put books in a random order, people assume that's the order they're supposed to be in. You put books in a random order, but there is an ink stain that is out of alignment. Yeah. An observant person notices that they've been moved. So maybe that's what it happened. And that means that Joseph wouldn't have to rearrange the books. All he'd have to do is just take one, you know?
Yeah.
Which is a little bit easier to do sneakily.
That's fair, yeah.
Okay, so the thing that I think happened, we still don't know exactly what was up with this drug trial thing. Something happened with it, and Brian was morally opposed to it. And because the things that still haven't been addressed, he met with Watson on the morning of his death. Watson's like, oh, if only I'd seen the signs. Watson super enacted all this then. I think that he either poisoned Brian and then revealed, I have poisoned you, Brian, you're gonna die.
Yep.
Or he forced Brian to drink the poison, one of those two. And specifically, he told Brian that he had, he was gonna die in, this many hours. This is Brucine, it's gonna kill you, it's gonna suck.
Yep.
You've got to make this look like a suicide. Because if you don't, this assassin, we talked about this last time, he's got access to an assassin in China. This assassin in China is going to kill your brother. I maintain that I think that's the only thing that would motivate Brian to go along with this in any degree. I think that he probably further has stipulations of no, you can't just leave a note saying, hey, my academic advisor, Watson Bell, poisoned me. Bye.
Yeah, it's possible he didn't even necessarily have to say all that explicitly. Maybe Brian could probably infer that.
Piece things
welcome,
together,
Pitt
yes.
And Tina. Thank you for joining us.
Piece things together.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's it? Regarding piecing things together quickly, if we're talking about Joseph, we do know, I'm looking at the chat, if we're talking about Joseph piecing things together quickly, we know Joseph can do that. Liang Xin, like, dragged a Fu into the room, and Joseph was like, oh no, he didn't do it. Yep. I've already solved this shit, but Shen, you can do it if you want to have fun with it. So, like, he is capable of making those kinds of deductions very quickly. So, like, yeah, he'd be able to be like, oh, I see what's going on here, and figure out what he needs to take.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, poison, brucine. So, the thing is, the brucine is a newer thing. It seems to be a poison. I don't know. They're like, oh, this could be useful in medicine. I don't know how, but okay, sure. Mm-hmm. We know that Stone Wu had a fight with him about it, and he had an article detailing brucine. Like, he had a paper on that. That was the thing that Shen grabbed from his office. So, he was aware, like, maybe there was, like, secret research into poisons or something, and Brian was like, how can you be a party to that or something, and that's what causes them to fight. Stone Wu leaves, and Brian realizes that he's the one who can point at the brucine, which Brian knows isn't going to show up in an autopsy.
Yeah.
So the only way to prove, like, he was poisoned is to get to Stone Wu, who knows about the poison.
Yeah.
Hence, the elaborate construction of the contraptions. We need to do this without leaving a note that's like, hey, go find Stone Wu, my brother Shen. Don't worry about why. Just do it. He can't do that in a way that'll be, like, super suspicious. You need something that is subtle enough that Watson is going to overlook it and be like, yep, you definitely arranged a suicide.
Yeah, could you imagine if, like, Watson just intended to poison him to death, and then they find this whole scene? He's just like, what the fuck did you do?
He's like, I didn't even, what? I did not ask
all these
for
contraptions.
Like, it's like,
damn.
What kind of nonsense? But yeah, because, like, there's something went screwy with the drug trials. Maybe even Brian finds out that Watson isn't really researching the thing that he says he is.
Yeah, they're planning to use his research for evil.
Yeah, because that hospital fire happened after he died. So, like, what's up with that? And we still haven't fully answered that. The thing that is most interesting to me right now is, like, okay, presumably this hired assassin is just, you know, a hired assassin. We don't really need a convoluted backstory for how she got involved in this. He paid her money. But Sergeant Singh, like, to the extent that he's involved in all of this, we did point out that, like, oh, Sergeant Singh, like, he planted the gun that was going to be the fake murder weapon. So, like, either some ridiculous confluence of coincidences happened where Sergeant Singh was going to frame Shen for an unrelated thing, but also they were going to use the gun as the fake murder weapon. Unlikely.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit confused about that, but yeah, I think it's probable that he was just in on the whole plot.
It is probable that he's just in on it. So the question is, like, how? Like, why? Why is he willing to confess to murder rather than let the hired assassin get found out as a hired assassin? The funniest explanation, as we mentioned last time, would be that, yes, he is just in love with her. The heart wants what it wants.
Yep.
But more likely...
I mean, presumably, like, you know, Watson just has control over him. I don't know what would be, like, worse than getting arrested and presumably, you know, put to death for murder. It's possible that Watson is threatening his family or, like, other people that he loves.
Does he have a family? Have we heard anything
no idea.
about a family?
We don't know anything about him.
Does Watson have one move and it's threaten families?
That's a, you know, common villain tactic.
Common villain tactic. Okay. So that is my theory. I'm like, for all that we're like, Brian is the killer, oh, shaking my psyche. I'm like, I don't know, Shadow Shen. I think that by any metric, it's going to be that Watson was effectively the one to kill him, and this still qualifies.
Watson is somehow responsible.
Watson did it. Like, look at that guy. Listen to him. He did it. Okay. That was I wanted to get that on the record.
All right. Yeah, let's go for it then.
Let's go.
What are we doing now? Okay. What?
Oh yeah, the body contortion and stuff is that was a thing that I did forget. I do maintain he was poisoned because Miss Cheng saw symptoms of poisoning and his body was super contorted.
For sure.
That's the one thing that's a little confusing, because I am wondering if he was poisoned enough to be paralyzed, would he have been able to stab himself? Is the thing. Okay. Whew.
Okay, so
yeah, and there's
presumably we have
telegram.
to connect things somehow?
Yeah. Can we click things?
Just telegram at 2:05.
Between 2 and 2:28. So that's the thing. The distress telegram could have been sent out before he died.
Yeah. Okay, the body was discovered at 2:28, which is...
Yeah.
Yep. It's Cheng's testimony. Someone was watching.
Yeah, and if the whole thing was like, you've got to kill yourself or we'll we'll off your brother, then being like, yeah, somebody's watching you. It's like, well...
Yeah, I assume it would be difficult to apply enough force to stab yourself while your hands barely move. So yeah, I guess it...
Yeah,
Like, it's... If he would have to have stabbed himself while he still had the strength and mobility to do that.
Yeah,
but then,
the
like,
thing.
would the poison have been able to progress after he stabbed himself? I don't know.
Kind of unclear. Something that I was kind of wondering is that, like, okay, we have these, like, scratch marks, these, like, incredibly, like, violent scratch marks on the chair, on the bottom of the chair, as if he was basically fully paralyzed, but only able to move his hands a little bit. And I'm like, okay, if he wasn't fully paralyzed, then, you know, the hands scratching at the chair could be like, hey, getting stabbed fucking hurts.
Yeah.
So it could be something like that. I'm almost kind of wondering if, like, the autopsy, I'm kind of not really remembering if the autopsy, like, showed whether it really was a clean hit, because I'm almost kind of wondering, like, what if he attached the knife to the to the paper lantern and just waited, and then, like, it didn't really kill him all the way, so he had to, like, reach up and do it himself, which would have been harrowing.
I don't know. All right.
So
here. This research paper about brucine was found on Stonewall's desk. The paper mentions a new drug called brucine can be extracted from the Nux vomica plant. Anti-Vu believed Brian's occurrence of opus, I don't know how to say that, is due to strychnine poisoning. The toxicological tests showed that there was no strychnine residue in Brian's body. A new drug called brucine is likely responsible for causing opisthotonus in Brian's body, however the heck you say that.
Yeah.
Afu's father and grandfather's deaths, that hasn't been touched yet either.
It hasn't come up. Like, I would eagerly await a sequel for this game if that's what their plan is.
I wonder if they're saving it for a sequel. Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine it has to be here somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, also just a note, because the police district map, there is definitely police meddling, because that was a big thing of they are not in the correct jurisdiction to be investigating this, which is like they're getting Joseph on the case. So Joseph is colluding in some degree. What happens if you
I guess we can try to link the missing book with the novel? No? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. What were you asking?
Okay. I was going to ask, like, do you get specific dialogue if you do Brian's poisoning by brucine? Or
Yeah,
is
I
it
think
just
we can.
the same thing that
I think we can use this.
Okay. So let's see. Maybe link discover of the body to the distress telegraph. And the distress telegraph, actually, the distress telegram, it was an anonymous distress telegram. Brian could have sent that.
That is true.
If he died after 2:05.
Yeah.
He could have sent that and been like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the restaurant across the way, and I totally saw." He said a homicide. A homicide occurred.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Maybe then the telegram to the telegraph machine shows signs of having been used. Yeah.
On the day of
someone
the murder,
used the telegraph
someone did
machine.
use the telegraph machine, but not to retrieve the key. Since Brian set up the trap in the room, perhaps he also sent the alarm telegram.
He wanted them to find him at a specific
time. That would change the time of death.
I mean,
I don't know if this
bit.
is good. Yeah, okay, here we go. The sending time of the alarm telegram is very close to the moment of Brian's death. It's as if the person who sent the alarm was at the scene of the murder. From this perspective, it's not someone else who sent the telegram, but Brian himself.
So he can't leave a not suicide note, but he can leave a. The other thing
I
I'm
guess
wondering.
We can try to link this with the police. Okay, no.
It's possible that Joseph took the book not for his father's sake, but for Brian's sake. It's possible that he set things up in a way that there was a reason the book should be removed, and Joseph would figure it out. So that's a possibility as well. Because, I guess Brian does have some incentive to make it not immediately noticeable as a homicide because, again, Watson was totally going to kill Shen. We're assuming. Okay, so if we're trying to connect all of it, can we do discover of the body to telegram likely sent by Brian?
Brian arranged the mechanism and sent the telegram right before his death.
Because if he sent
Clearly,
it
he
to
wanted the police to be the first one to discover his death
place
scene.
A.
That's actually an interesting point, that maybe he was afraid that, someone would get there first and mess with the scene. So that's why he sent the police immediately.
He sent it immediately, and if he sent it to Joseph's division, then maybe he actually did trust Joseph to
that would make sense.
Help in some way.
There must be some special motive behind this.
So, that to the police district map?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The fact that he sent it to the other jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Normally, this case is to be handled by Westminster Police Station. It's closer to the scene. Due to the receipt of the alarm telegram, Kensington Police Station became involved in the case. Is this the purpose behind Brian's decision to go further away for help? Yes, it must be for this person.
Joseph
Iscariot Bell is maybe not evil.
Middle name Bell.
Brian's friend Joseph is serving as sergeant at Kensington Police Station. Brian sent the telegram to him.
So, I don't know if it's immediately, because we still have some other things that are disconnected, but it could be connected to the missing book, because again, my theory is Joseph is the one who took that.
Yeah. I wonder if his middle name is a red herring. Yeah, maybe.
The reddest of red herrings.
We could try to link it to the book.
We can try it. I don't know for sure. Okay.
Do
So,
you have anything to do with
yeah, we don't
mischievous
have with
testimony?
surveilling her house. Maybe because maybe connect
maybe
that, to Joseph investigating. Yeah.
Because maybe that's proof that like someone could be messing with stuff. Yeah, and he wanted Joseph to get there first.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Perhaps Brian realized he was being watched, so he sent a telegram to Joseph for help. But this does not explain why he chose to commit suicide. Okay. They had some
not
unique
quite.
dialogue, but not quite, yeah.
So, we tried connecting the book to the method in the novel, and that didn't work.
Would Joseph know about the drug?
Maybe? No. Wanted police to find the body to the murder method?
I don't think I can use old ones. Yeah, I think I can only use each one once.
No, you can't use those. Okay.
So we have 5 things left.
Okay, I guess we just connect everything to everything. Maybe English paper to the missing book?
Well, I can't use English paper. But yeah, I just have poison.
Then Brucine to the missing book.
I'll try.
Nope.
Yeah, if Joseph has no idea what his father's up to, then yeah. It'd be pretty bad. Would this make any sense? No. Oh, she also did notice that he was poisoned, but I don't think he I don't think she mentioned it to him or anything. I think he probably knew by that point anyway. It is evident that Brian had already become aware of being poisoned and closely watched. Is this what prompted him to choose suicide? This is what prompted him to choose suicide. I guess we try this?
I mean, that might... Okay. Yeah.
He realized he couldn't escape the fate of death. So he left some clues at the scene for Joseph.
Not even for us. Wow.
Yeah.
Playing second fiddle to Joseph.
I think the Dipper stuff is probably for Shen.
Oh yeah. Unless he's mentioned it to Joseph.
Yeah.
The Dipper stuff is definitely for Shen.
He must have been very desperate at that moment.
I don't know, man. Joseph did jack shit for 3 years, so...
Yeah, he didn't do anything. He had no choice but to be cautious of everyone. He had to convey the message in a secretive manner.
So yeah, that's the method in the novel and then the missing book. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's the method in the novel and then the missing book.
Brian wouldn't do anything meaningless before his death. Shen was far away while Joseph was right next door. That is very true.
I mean, yes, but...
His suicide by imitating the methods in Death Under the Caisson must be related to his purpose. This is very likely his means of conveying his message. But why was he so certain that Joseph would be able to understand his intention?
And now that's the missing book.
Yep.
The Conan Doyle book club.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep.
Certainly the most murder mystery way to leave a clue about your death.
They are both members of the Conan Doyle book club. It is highly likely that Brian showed Joseph Death Under the Caisson before.
So yeah, the missing book.
Alright, last one.
那本消失的书，很可能是早井智商的手稿。他被约瑟带走，
Okay.
里面有哥哥留下的死亡遗言。
And then Joseph just sat on it for 3 years.
Yep.
当年的案件
Joseph.
的确是哥哥亲手布置机关，将利刃刺入了自己的胸膛。
Everybody in the
wonder
courtroom
why.
is
Like,
like, I don't know what case are you talking about?
Yeah.
What mechanism?
Yeah, I wonder if Joseph figured it out but couldn't do anything because of his father. I mean, if we're
'Cause his father
talking
did it.
if we're talking threatening people's family members,
He is
would
the
he
cowardly lion.
threaten his own granddaughter?
Watson.
Yikes. Yikes, yikes.
I mean, okay, listen, yes, it was probably very hard on him to sit on this like a coward. But also, Joseph's already trying to gaslight us. Afu's like, nope, I'm on murder train the whole way. He's like, it's okay, Shen. I'll prove your brother was murdered even when you won't. It's the Ace Attorney way. The missing book, Joseph.
Yeah,
Joseph.
Cece does call her grandpa Mr. Tin Man, the one without a heart. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cece knows what's going on.
I don't think she's gonna be super surprised to find out her grandfather's murderer. She's like, honestly, I'm surprised the kill count's not higher.
I mean, we don't know, maybe it is.
Only 20 people died in that hospital fire? Wow, you were being restrained. Yeah, Joseph. The middle name is important, it's just he's not the mastermind. He's like, you just kind of dissociated for 5 minutes and were like, now I've solved the entire case, and he's not prepared for that.
What did the lion lack? The lion lacked courage. So,
yeah. Yes.
I wonder what Cece will call Shen. Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, because he's not the wizard.
Nickname yet. Yeah.
Afu's the scarecrow.
Yes. Shen is Dorothy. I mean, presumably Cece is Dorothy, but...
Oh, yeah, so...
Yeah.
A lot happened last episode. Shen has been acquitted of murder.
Yes. We solved the one murder. But yeah, Shen was basically like, lock down this courthouse, nobody leaves until we figure out, until we pinpoint the real mastermind.
Yeah.
Flying monkey, yeah.
Also, it turned out the person who killed Stonewu was a hired assassin, which, raises some questions on who hired this assassin. And the answer, of course, is Watson, because he's a son of a bitch.
Yep.
So, and then we went into our mind palace, and like days ago when Shen was in jail, and then in his mind palace also, he finally not remembered, but he let himself accept the thing that he's been kind of repressing for 3 years, which is that Brian technically killed himself, which he hadn't wanted to accept. And is like, okay. Shadow Shen's like, well, yeah, you're finally seeing the truth. It's all connected. But then Shen's like, okay, so the question is not, did my brother technically kill himself? It's, why did he kill himself?
Hafu would be Toto. You're so right.
Yes. And yeah, so things we put together is that Brian was poisoned. He was already dying. He set up an elaborate self-stabbing in a way that matched his own book for an important reason, and Shen just put together that he's the one who called Joseph's police station, which was weird because their police station shouldn't have had jurisdiction. But he realized that Shen realized Brian did that, so that Joseph would be pointed towards the murders on the book that he wrote, which he was the one who wrote the book that Lope stole from for his confined room mystery. And so he would find Brian's book. In it, there would be a death note. I guess Watson didn't blackmail him into committing suicide. I guess it was just like, well, I'm dying anyways, I need to leave a note.
I mean, I think he could have figured that, like, if he made things too explicit and obvious, then there could be trouble for people.
The shady guys following him would just clean up the crime scene. So he needed to do it in a way that only Joseph would find. But Joseph took the book away from the crime scene and never actually reported it because he was a coward and didn't want to arrest his dad. So now we're calling him out.
Yep.
Joseph. Joseph, it's been 3 years. Brian trusted you, you asshole.
Yeah.
事实上，瞒着你是不安的意思。
Okay. I want to see verification of that, Joseph.
Please
我与
explain.
不安是在柯南道尔的书友会上认识的。
Back at the
他
book
很喜欢
club.
柯南道尔的小说，也曾尝试自己创
It
作。
may still be illegal to conceal evidence related to a murder, though, Joseph.
Yeah.
这笔记本里装着他所有的手稿，博安只给我看过。
Is that
I
the
know
book
you
he's been
shouldn't.
holding like this whole time?
You always look at the sprite.
I genuinely never noticed that. What?
It's always the sprite.
Has he always been holding that?
I don't know if he's always been holding it, actually,
是我
but
最喜欢的一篇。
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back in the VODs and
We're
see
gonna
if he
have
was
to
always
look.
looking at if he was always holding that book.
我们
Okay.
at
是在
least
这
in
个
his
手
like
稿
courtroom sprite.
还原过书中的轨迹。
we recreate just for funsies.
Oh, so they did that together just for fun?
Just for funsies.
没想到
They're like, it turns out the
最
method
后他竟
doesn't
用那
work.
种方式提醒我去看笔记本。笔记本里还有什么？
Yeah, the things that authors will
除
do
了
to
小
get
说
you to
手
read
稿
their
外
books, man.
笔记本里还夹着一
Advertisement in the
份
TikTok
关于
age is
高
brutal.
科检的研究报告。
Brocane. I wonder what that is.
Uh-oh.
先生，高科这个名字，我好像听你提起过。
The name Croc, a legally distinct drug.
哥哥在弗洛伊德的一篇文章中了解到高科，并研究了
From
许多年。
Freud. You know, Freud just doing that.
从研究报告看，
Doing all his...
他成功从植物高科中发现了一种新药
Hmm.
高科碱。
I'm
Is this a
sure it
real
has
thing,
no
or is
negative
it-
side effects.
Yeah.
他想用这种药来抑制鸦
I
片
bet
成瘾
it's
后的
in
戒断症状
the，cola.
开发出高效的戒烟
Yeah.
药。
A cola having some kind of
很遗
addictive
憾
drug in it?
这项研究
Unheard of.
最终未能成功。
是因为仙药不能有效抑制烟瘾吗？
恰恰相反，患者在使用新
Yeah,
药
because
后
like that
很
one
快就
doesn't
摆
show
脱
the
了对
book.
鸦片的依赖。
So it's possible he hasn't had it in other sprites.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like they
但他
quickly
们
get
无
rid
一
of their
例外的
dependence on
对
opium.
新
Yeah, they
药
do.
做了
Yep.
强烈渴求。
Yep. Just
They're no
replace it with
longer
another one.
opium addicts.
你是说，哥哥研究高科碱多年，
He just made a
最终
worse
发现了
drug.
这个药
Yes.
而是比鸦片更厉害的毒品。
Oh no.
Well, that is...
从博安留下
Oh,
的研
that's
究
so
资料来
sad.
看，
Yep.
的确如此。
Well, you tried, buddy.
Oh, and we have the chemical formula for that.
哥哥
We
所
can
做的
check
研
that
究
against the
that's why
cola.
the Watson cola recipe is such a big deal. Because it's
Oh,
drugs. It really was a meth lab.
Our evidence has been replaced. Do we have the cola anymore? It's gone. Where's the cola recipe?
Ah,
We'll get it back eventually, I'm sure.
we'll get it back.
Oh, no, that's the new one. No,
yeah,
the
no,
cola's
it,
gone.
it might just because it's Shen's inventory right now and not a food.
Yeah, it's not off his inventory.
has
That's so funny. Yeah, they'll have to combine their evidence at some point.
And you just sat on
我
it.
想，是的，
And did nothing. Oh my
And did
God.
nothing.
如果伯安先生只是想把资料交给贝先生的话，为什么会自尽呢？
It's like you had all those revelations in your head, Shen. None of us know what's
Oh my
happening.
god.
No.
No, shut up.
No. Joseph.
你知道当年的事。
Joseph.
伯安的研究项目是我资助的。
Come on up to the stand. We'll have a talk with you.
Yeah, no, because Afu's gonna show off the fact that no, in the evidence, Stonewu had this, so the formula wasn't suppressed.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, Brian clearly didn't want anybody to have this formula. The murder chair.
Nice.
最初约瑟介绍我认识伯安时，他的研究受到了沙逊家族打压。
He's like, it must have been those dastardly Sassoons who
那个靠
poisoned
鸦
him.
片生意发家的犹太财阀。
I don't know if
没错。
this is real
当时的
history
伯
at
安
all.
经历了很多困
Well,
难
the，
I am
Sassoon
not
family
familiar.
apparently
不要
is
被迫
real.
退学。
Okay.
我抱着试一试的心态，赞助了他一些资
With a
金。
supportive mindset.
没想到，
Unexpectedly
他很快
Joseph's
取
just
得了
sitting in the
成功。
back like, I'm sure
Shares
it's
the
going
metaphorical
badly.
throne, yeah.
在正式合作1年后，他就成功研制出了第一版药物。可惜，在临床实验中，药物出现了成瘾性高的问题。一位患者私自大量服药后，极度亢奋，最后心律紊乱而死。这让伯安非常内疚，并陷入了深深的迷
I
茫。
love this random art style shift. It's very
Yeah.
nice.
He's also just like, yeah, Brian must have been so guilty that he killed himself. It's like, you asshole, we know he was poisoned.
在药物中的比例，确实配置出了弗洛伊德书中所说的，能够消除疲劳、提高情绪的试
Ah,
剂。
of course. The cola. I love the random real photo.
然而，在长期观察下，受药者还是表现出
Which
了
is
药物
why
滥用
I
和成
put it
瘾的
into
倾
my
向。
soda. Into my
不久
drink that I
后
sell commercially.
悲剧再次发生。另一位患者偷服药物，产生了强烈幻觉，点燃了所在医院。
The thing is, like, okay, unless this is just
成了
an
压垮伯安精
error.
神。最后
That's the
导致
16th of
Nuh-uh.
August, which was the day after Brian died.
Yeah, I mean, it might be.
August-
Yeah, it was last night, but still, like, if he died the
But it was
15th
still
in-
the
at
night
2 p.m., last night is still not
And then
right.
Brian's autopsy. Hang on, we have Brian's autopsy now, right?
Yes, is this it? No, this
15th of August, yes, in the
There it
middle
is.
of the day.
Yes. Yep.
Brian died before that, you asshole. Did you think we were
Oh,
going
boy.
to forget?
伯安之所以用极端的方式将资料交给约瑟，
Yeah,
Just
like,
around here,
I don't think you have to
so
imagine
Fu
that's Officer Wu. I think you can see his braid.
Yeah, I think that's him. I mean, it is a little bit hard to tell because, like, I mean, a bunch of them have braids, but most of them have their braid down in the back. I think he's one of the only ones that
Yeah,
just wears it over his
he like
shoulder.
pulls this to the
Yeah.
front. Bishonen.
但事实上，他完全可以找到我。
He could have approached me
Uh-huh.
directly. You had a meeting that morning.
难怪3年前，沃森大药房
Did
停止
you
了所有的
think-
戒烟药业务。
We were going to forget. No when,
这样的事
no cosine.
有瞒着我的必要吗？
伯安一心
Don't
研究
don't
戒
say
烟
that
药，
sounds reasonable.
却反而制出了毒品，所以他才不希望你知道这件事。
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss, I guess. Joseph. Joseph.
我们已经在沈先生的私事上浪费了太多
Okay,
时间。
actually, a thing that does occur to me that I might rescind my angry Joseph. If Joseph just thinks he might think that Brian just fully committed suicide. Like, if Brian if he didn't leave like a, hey, your dad murdered me because of this, if he just left the research notes for him, then he might legitimately think that Brian was just driven mad by guilt.
I mean, we were like assuming that all of the evidence was like supposed to point to like, hey, there's more behind this suicide, you should investigate further. But Joseph could have interpreted it just as, you know, here I'm pointing to you towards this research document and I want you to, you know, hide it for me.
Which like maybe does like point back to assassin lady was going to kill Shen.
Yeah.
Because like if he didn't even tell Joseph, like if the thing that he thought that he could do was suppress the crocaine, the legally distinct crocaine, then maybe he did have a motive for trying to make it look like a suicide to everybody, including Shen.
Yeah.
Because he thought that Shen was
I hope we're
gonna
gonna get Judge Kwan to actually stand up to Judge Herman. That would be very cool.
Like, no.
It's gotta happen eventually.
So maybe Joseph legitimately does not realize what he's covering up.
It could be. Entirely possible.
Angry Joseph tentatively rescinded.
Let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, no. Are getting to the bottom of this. No, for one,
yeah, I mean, I also
lied about the order of events.
I also don't think Herman is evil necessarily. I think he just is biased.
He just, you know, thinks that Watson is just this fine, upstanding Englishman, and Shen's just some Chinese detective, and there's definitely nothing racist in preferring to trust one man's testimony over the other. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a little confused about which one.
I don't think it's the timeline thing yet.
Yeah, because like those make sense when put next to each other. Do we have a note about the meeting they had that morning?
Possibly, but I don't think that would be it.
People monitoring him. It's
no,
the testimony. No, because like if he just took his own life out of guilt and there was nothing, it was just a suicide, there was no murder involved, then the fact that he's being watched is weird, you know?
I suppose.
I guess we can go through everything, but... Okay, never mind. Okay. There was a telegram. Didn't we have a list of telegrams?
We had telegrams, yeah. Is this telegram?
Do we have the details of them? Like, it says telegrams have been decoded because, again, they were going to meet. Or they did meet.
I mean, this could potentially be like, that's pointing to poison. But I guess you could argue that he just poisoned himself.
The thing they had in the original assessment was, oh, he must have just, like, stubbed his toe and gotten tetanus and been in pain from that. They have an answer for that. Then maybe it's the brucine?
I don't think it would be the brucine, because the brucine just explains, you know, why he was...
Yeah, but, like, the fact that he was poisoned is important. Okay.
I mean, I think... Yeah, I don't know.
How about we just go through these one by one and just, like, rule things out?
Okay. Telegram... Probably not.
The thing that could be interesting about that is if it was a suicide, why did he report it as a homicide? But I think the actual explanation for that is if they said suicide...
Well, they wanted people to, like, look into it, presumably.
Yeah. If they said suicide, I don't think the police would have come quite so quickly.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason, but it could be that we're at least meant to raise a question about that. The telegraph machine, I don't know that because we know why that was used. The candles and the phonograph reel, the key to the room. We know what's up with the skylight. We know what's up with the cylinder.
That's actually honestly really interesting, the fact that it's a story about a guy begging for longevity when he knew he was about to die. Oh, yeah. That's rough.
Yeah. Existential horrors.
Yeah.
Because we know those are from the paper lantern. The mesh, we know. Paper lantern. The book.
Yeah, that we've already addressed.
We just answered that.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty weird. This we've looked at already. That's nah. Yeah, that. I just tried that, right?
I guess I could see it be the body being contorted, but again, they did have an explanation for that.
It wasn't a good explanation.
It wasn't a good explanation.
I mean, this is definitely wrong, but I don't think it's an answer to this question.
But the thing that doesn't make sense, like, it feels like we should have had a chance to go into his testimony and point that out. It feels like, which one did you pick?
The body
contortion.
Okay,
the contortion, yeah. Okay.
我询问过的仵作都说，这是马田子中毒的典型症状。
Yeah. Are you gonna go against Auntie Vu, the best coroner in the land? She knows everything. So Joseph literally didn't know. He's a bad detective. He's not a coward, but he is a bad detective.
它与士地宁的药效相近，但毒性更弱，中毒反应更慢，更不易察觉。竟然还有这样的药物。
He's like, oh shit, my friend was murdered.
绝不是出于什么心理问题，而是意识到自己身中剧毒后的无奈之举。啊，这位下毒的人是
Watson。
毒害我哥哥的凶手，同样也是雇佣丁香杀害吴松涛之人。
Yeah. It's about time, you son of a bitch. You motherfucker.
线索都指向了同一个人，贝尔爵士。你就是这两起案件的罪魁祸首。
Point carefully with your fans so that people are aware of which.
Watson.
You call him Watson? That's your dad.
That's interesting, yes.
Right?
你现在是要指控贝尔爵士
I assume. Have they been brothers this whole time?
仲，是什么让你对我产生了误会？
这不是误会。吴松涛
He's like, I'm not misunderstanding you, you son of a bitch. Stone Wu sold
而
the
这篇从马
fucking.
田子中提取布鲁生的方法探究的作者，正是吴松涛。我敢肯定，他就是把布鲁生的提炼方法卖给了你。
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, he couldn't have had access to the cocaine because like he was synthesizing it himself.
联想。
Old Bell, aren't you planning to defend yourself against such accusations?
A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. John, you are just temporarily blinded by hatred.
Oh,
I believe
gaslight
time
us.
will provide the answers, and he will gradually
Yes,
understand.
time will provide the answers because you got the timeline wrong, you asshole.
陈先生，法庭不接受无端的。
I'm mostly being performatively angry here. Like this is the me being engaged with the game.
I mean, you're
kind of
also allowed to
angry.
be actually angry.
It's a me being
我哥哥
engaged
的死亡事件
and
在3年
interacting.
前8月15日下午
Yes
2点到2点28分，
And this
他的尸体
asshole.
被发现时呈角弓反张状，面部表现，而衣角上血迹斑斑的抓痕则表明，他刚经历了难以想象的痛苦。显然，哥哥在临死前已经出现了毒发后期的症状。 而布鲁生的摄入者大多会在4到5小时内死亡。
Okay, there we go.
And who did you meet with for
考虑
coffee?
到时间因素，这份证据表明，贝尔爵士有杀人
I
行
love
为。
how this game treats language switches and bilingual characters. Yeah, I think that's really fun. All right, we had. Where did we have that?
So it was in the thing that frustrates me is
Some
that
kind of-
like we do
had some kind of
have the thing
testimony
about
for
the
it.
meeting.
What?
It's in the reel though, I think. Telegrams have been decoded from it. No,
Hang
to the
on,
left.
No. I need to open it up in inventory.
Yeah, no, fair.
No, I can't look at it.
No, to the left.
Oh, yeah, this
The
one.
Morse code paper reel, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there we go.
Office meeting tomorrow, 9 a.m. You son of a bitch.
这些电报就是证据。
沈先生，
If it was like, oh right, I had those.
这些看上去都只是寻常的交流而已，如何能证
How
明
indeed.
贝
Point
尔
to the
爵士下
specific
了毒呢
one, please.
到底是哪封电报说明
All
贝
right,
尔
sure.
爵士
Which
有罪？
telegram specifically? Such an ace attorney.
正如贝尔爵士自己所言，时间会给出答案。
Yeah, you son of a
8月
bitch.
15日上午9点，哥哥去了
Is that a
贝尔爵士
portrait
的
of
办
him?
公室
Because that's like in a very
Yep.
different art style. That's very cool. He definitely looks
Yeah.
younger there. It's a nice portrait.
下午2点前后，他出现了脚弓反张的症状，两者的间隔也正好是5个
Yep.
小时。
In the eyes of a bigot, my guilt
Bigot,
is
huh?
presumed.
Oh my
Innocence
god,
a
he's
mere
bullying me.
shadow.
You're just bigoted against me.
Wow.
Joseph, why
Wow.
don't you try talking to John and persuading him?
He's not so convinced.
Yeah. Joseph's like, I don't know, let's let this go. Let's
这
see
份
where
证
this
据
leads.
并没有足够的证明力。
Oh, we got more evidence
你
if
自
you
己
want
刚
it.
才也说了，从中毒到死亡的时间是4到5个小时。在上午9点到10点这段时间里，波安还接触过许多其他人。
Did he though?
How
你和
many
出
of
色
them
警
would have
官
had
调查过他的
opportunity
所
to
有行
poison
程
him?
也询问过每个见过他的人。
Yeah.
你比谁都清楚，那天除了在贝尔爵士处喝过咖啡，他没吃任何东西。
Yeah.
At 9 a.m. that morning, I had arranged to meet Brian for coffee to talk
Oh, did
his
he mention
recent
how long they
condition.
actually talked for?
很遗憾，
I think the implication was it was
无法覆盖
kind
整段时
of
间。
it was a decently long.
Yeah, so if he's saying from 9 to 10, then he would have spent that entire time having coffee with
It was
Watson.
a very short look.
我们也很难
Watson
确
is a
认
very bad
不管
academic
是否存在家长
advisor.
是如
He's
果
just
是
sort
无
of
或是
like, yeah, okay, this looks good. Goodbye.
还真是个
Shoves you
好
out the
托
door.
死。
Yeah.
即便食物或水里真的被人下了药，现在也不好查证了。
此案甚是复杂，还需深入查证。
That makes me
Are we
look like he's
having an
working at Willy Wonka's
investigation
chocolate
phase?
factory.
At this
贝尔
juncture,
爵士，事后烦请您
I mean, I
区
do
分
think
去
that
巡
we
捕
could
房说
do
明一下情
something
况。
by pointing out
或者是
that
否
this
方便。
assassin lady was hired by someone.
Yeah.
约瑟已经
Hey,
提出了
assassin
一个
lady.
合理怀疑。
Who hired you?
在这个疑问解开之前，我不认为有必要给贝尔爵士添麻烦。
He's like, he's such a good, upstanding Coca-Cola
赫大人意思
manufacturer.
的是，
And when would a soda company
沈
ever
先
put
生
an addictive drug
你
in their
还有
soda?
证据能回应贝尔检
We
察长的
do,
质疑吗？
yes. There is an obvious lie in this man's testimony.
先生陷入了苦战，
We gotta do something.
我们得想想办法。
We gotta go into our mind palaces.
3年前的案子我不太了解， 不过，
But I'm familiar with
我
newspapers.
注意到一处不自然的地方。
Yeah.
那就赶紧提出来吧。
Inconsistency time.
虽然我不知道贺大人所说的合理怀疑能否成立，但我忍不住好奇，为什么贝尔爵士要在之前的访问中撒谎呢？
She gotcha.
Why did you lie like a lying
撒
liar?
谎？不知
Yeah.
我的哪句话让文小姐误会了？
哪有这么多误会？你说的话明明与这件证物
So
存
good
在
at
矛盾。
negging. Yeah.
起
We've got
初
the evidence.
伯安的研究遭到杀，
There we
就
go.
是
The final
因为
straw.
他改良，因为是
Yep, there we go.
You son of a bitch. Now I'm not sure if we're supposed to present. Yeah.
贝尔爵士，之前你提到的火灾是发生在圣玛丽医院吗？
She's like, I
我
know
想
all newspapers
Yeah.
from London by heart.
这就怪了。火灾明明发生在8月15日晚上，也就是伯
Yeah,
安
you
先
son
生
of a
去世
bitch.
后，为何你却说他压垮了伯安先生的精神呢？还是说，伯安先生其实从没想过放弃生命，而所谓的自杀倾向，根本就是你编造的谎话？
看来随着岁月的流
He's
逝，
like, I'm just an
Yeah, I'm a
old
senile old
man.
man. Yeah.
贝尔爵士只是记错了时间，不构
No,
成
Judge
不实陈
Herman,
述。
shut up. But it
文小
is
姐的观点与
suspicious.
议题无关，驳回。
And Judge Kwan's like, well, hang on.
事关沈仲平
Hang
碎尸
on.
的原因，怎会？
一个人记错了时间，就等同于他下毒了吗？
Wow.
It's worth investigating right here, right now.
沈先生，
Yes.
关于下毒之指控，你是否还有其他的证据？
暂时没有。
Damn it.
Yeah, you can forget time, but not the sequence of events. I mean, to some extent, you can forget the sequence of events, but like,
Oh,
I feel
okay,
like that's a
um,
that's a big
我
one.
只能驳回你的请
It's
求。
the really funny thing is I'm like, no, you can absolutely forget the sequence of events. Truthfully, something like this does, in fact, it's plausible as a thing that you would forget the order of
即便
because
3年前的
people
案件缺乏
remember
证据。
things a bit more as narrative
Yeah.
than as here is this thing that happened at this time. So the narrative of, oh, the fire must have been the last straw that caused him to commit suicide would actually be a kind of detail you might accidentally
Yeah.
forget. Or,
But like,
but
if you actually believed that, I think.
yes, if you actually believed that, then that would be a thing where like, oh, this might
But if his
explain
memory was like,
something.
oh, I had to clean up this situation after Brian's death, then I think he would have remembered it correctly.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
Watson is not misremembering. He's the
Yeah,
son of a
he
bitch who
absolutely
killed our
is not.
brother.
还有证据表明，贝尔爵士与吴松涛一案有关。
Oh, we
Yes.
talking cola now?
The assassin.
这倒让我很意外。
I would go for
Well,
the
actually,
cola.
it might be the cocaine formula.
Yeah.
阿福，我确信，贝尔爵士不仅毒害了我哥哥，
He's like,
也是
Apu,
谋杀
I
吴
am
松涛的幕后
bluffing
黑手。
like crazy.
这两起案件之间存在更深的关联。
Yes. There's one piece of
你对吴
evidence
松
I
涛案
have,
更熟，
and one piece of
帮
evidence
我一起
you
找线索
have.
吧。
Yep. Let's do
Two
this.
clues together.
包在我身上。
Yeah! Afu's time to shine.
Yes.
Yeah!
请出示表明贝尔爵士与吴松涛一案有关联的证据。
Heard before that children are more reliable witnesses when it comes to things like sequence of events, because adults tend to make cause and effect assumptions that affect their memory. That's really interesting.
That is interesting.
see that.
If you know, like, I
'Cause
mean
I
this
think-
in a...
Yeah, adults just have like a lot more you know, prior experience and like tend to make assumptions based on that, I think.
Yeah,
so I could see that being the case.
Interesting. There's a lot of research on like how temporal memory works on a very high level. If you know where that source comes from, I would love to see it because I need to read a lot of stuff about that kind of thing.
So I noticed we do still have the cocaine report, so I wonder if it's that or
yes.
just the Coca-Cola or the.
So. Yeah, hang on. If we look at,
I think we don't know what this is yet, so I think we probably need the cocaine.
Hang on, but if we scroll down, yeah,
I'm gonna go with cocaine.
C17H21NO4.
Yeah, we can
scroll
check.
back up.
Okay, come on, go. Yep, there it is.
C17. Yep.
Just a little bit.
I mean, I feel like that one. Is...
Oh, actually, no. You know what? You're right. Since they do actually show the formula, then it is.
Yeah, they show the formula.
其实，证据一直都在辛格巡长手中。
That's right.
Look at us.
我没有。你不要害我。
巡捕房收缴的证物中，有一张合影是先生从吴松涛书房里带走的。我在机缘巧合下发现，他的相框中还夹着一张纸条，1000克水，200克蔗糖。100克干冰。
They put dry ice in this. Well, for carbonization, they did mention that actually.
我没猜错的话，这张纸条便是沃森集团遗失的快乐水配方。
And I just read it out loud to this entire courtroom. You're welcome.
也是你一直在奉命寻找的东西。
怎么会这样？
这个配方。并非沃森集团所有。
Really now.
是不是你们的配方其实很好鉴定
Just make it.
只需
That's right. We're back to the minigame, the making things
这不
minigame.
符合证据标准，驳回。
What do you mean?
Judge Kwan.
我还什么都没说啊。
I haven't gotten to say it. Is he getting
既然配方
kickbacks?
是在吴松涛的书房中发现的。就应该默认它归属于吴松涛，除非有明确的反证。
That is really interesting. Thank you. I will check that out.
应该有证据能证明。
Yeah, it's literally. Yeah, it's literally the cocaine formula. The one that you were funding.
只要仔细看配方的内容，就会发现。
Eyes together. This literally contains the drug.
成分中含有高科碱。
高科碱是伯安先生研发的一种新药，只在他的笔记中提到过。可以说，这种药物的化学结构是几乎无人知晓的。只有全程参与药物研发的贝尔爵士和持有笔记的贝先生除外，而他们都与沃森集团有关。
Because they're literally they're both connected to the company.
我哥哥的笔记中明确提到，高科碱具有极强的成瘾性。
Which is why there's a huge line going into the pharmacy. Because they're all addicted.
成功的真相。
It doesn't taste good at all.
也是贝尔爵士杀人灭口的根本动机。
这倒是个有趣的猜想。
你们的说法依旧无法解释，为什么沃森集团的汽水配方会出现在吴松涛的书房中
？Because he was doing a Breaking Bad.
He's clearly making some.
被沪上密克所盗，这是人尽皆知的新闻。在此前的庭审中，军火方曾明确表示，沪上密克与吴松涛往来密切，因此，吴松涛持有沪上密克所盗之配方，是合乎情理的推测。
Who is the Phantom then? Is Toby Chang the Phantom?
Toby, are you the Phantom? I feel like the magicians
boy,
are the
that's
most
new.
likely suspect for that, but
Herman, it's the first time I've seen someone leave you speechless.
don't try to pull a Gant on
Thanks
us.
to you, as always.
看来我还是有必要说明一下，
Uh-huh.
配方不可能属于
Okay,
沃
go
森集
ahead,
团的
explain
流
it.
流，
After we literally proved it could not belong to anyone else.
这也是快乐水真正的秘密。
The true secret of cola water is
不
love.
过
Of course.
我需要一个更私密的环
No,
境。
don't!
出于保护沃森
I mean, I
集
guess it
团
makes
生物
sense that
秘密
he's
的
not
必
gonna
要
just,
性。
reveal his secret
准备
formula in
公
front of
开审
everyone, but I don't like this.
Not in front of everyone, but like we need to be
请无
there.
关人员到法庭外的大厅等候。
Okay, this may be fair.
贝尔爵士，
Fine.
听说快乐水真正的秘密是，根本就不存在什么秘密配方，
Oh, really?
那只是
Dumb
一种
motherfucker.
营销策略而已。
营销策略。
Afu, make
你们
the
真
make
以
the
为
formula right
一个
now.
产品能取得如此巨大的成功，靠的仅仅是
Well, if
配
it
方
has
吗？
drugs in it,
Yes?
哦，
that's the business secret.
Okay, that is
Oh,
fair.
sounds actually good. Yeah, it's all about storytelling.
That's not wrong. But like drugs would
It's not
help.
entirely wrong, but like
藏在
drugs
价值
help.
连城的保险柜中，多么令人着迷的故事！谁能按耐住一探究竟的心情，不去尝上一口以满足自己的好奇心呢？
不对，不该是这样。
He's like, I am not getting taken
谁先
down
上
by an
这
advertising
件事
strategy.
你的直觉是什么？
He's a liar, and his soda is
直觉
drugs.
告诉我，
Yep.
如果绝密配方只是个营销噱头，就绝无对外承认配方被盗的必要，那会将产品拉下神坛。
Mm?
嗯，我也这么认为。
But Judge Herman doesn't think that's evidence.
沃森集团曾在巡捕房设立高额奖金，寻找沪上密客的线索。
The safe that Sergeant
What if
took?
all-
That's a good question, because like that safe was in Stone Wu's study.
Yes.
Would the
Yeah, I mean, it was stolen first, presumably by the Phantom, and then it's.
But like you would think that they
He
would
said that-
steal the formula, not the entire safe. I mean, maybe they like
No,
needed to
I
get
think-
the safe somewhere first and
No,
then like try to crack
I
it
think
open.
it was Stone. I think it was Stone Wu's safe. Like they said that
Hmm.
Sergeant Singh was in there looking for the formula to recover it,
Yeah.
which is why he took Stone Wu's safe, which
Did they
didn't even
steal
have the
something else
formula.
that
in it.
wasn't the formula? That's a possibility.
Could be, but no, I think that he did steal the formula.
yeah, I think-
that's,
I think it
that's
was the
why
formula.
Sergeant Singh was searching through Wu's office.
我这就向两位大人说明情况。
不急，
No.
Like that's not going to count as evidence.
这个主张虽然足以说服关大人，但
Judge
贺大人依旧会有各
Herman.
种理由驳回。
Yeah.
更麻烦的是，我们手头并不掌握贝尔爵士买凶杀人的确凿证据。
So why don't we just talk to her? Hey, what's up?
这贺大人满嘴程序正义，实际上只挑选对贝尔爵士有利的规则。
Yep.
It's just-
指望他做出公正裁决是不可能的，除非贝尔爵士自己承认。
也许，这就是眼下最好的办法。
we
你
just
是说，让他自己承认？这可能吗？
Just have
It's
to
gonna
bluff
have
our
to
way to
be.
victory.
贝尔爵士显然很重视这份配方，
it's gonna have
不
to
然也不会
be.
为了他杀人，
Yeah,
一个人
he's
在
like,
意的
I
东西
have a drug.
往往会成为他的软肋。
Hmm.
沈先生似乎变得有些不一样了。
贝尔爵士，我再确认一下，所谓沃森集团 被盗走的秘密配方其实并不存在，对吗？
的确是这样。
二位
So
大
what
人，
is it?
看来是我弄错了。既然相框中的这份配方与沃森集团无关，那想必是我哥哥的遗物了。
So it's mine. I get all the money now.
何以签他？
He's like,
高科检的
therefore,
化学结构没有公开过，吴松涛不可能
it's
知道。
not yours.
Yeah,
so
if it's not yours, it has to be Brian's.
I need to make it. I get the money from anything sold
再
with
借
this
用一
formula.
下刚才贺大人的逻辑，配方是在伯安先生的照片中发现的，就应该默认它属于伯安先生。这么理解没问题吧？
你们想拿配方做什么？
配方是沈先生哥哥的遗物，沈先生有处置权，想怎么用是他的自由。
And I guess we'll
贝
just
尔
sue
爵
anybody
士
who's
为何
selling
如
it.
此
You
关
know.
心呢？
其实告诉贝尔爵士也无妨。我打算
Make it public.
我打算拜托文小姐来处置配方。
交给谁是你的自由。
有贝尔爵士这句话就好。我听说，郑和、广和、伊利在这期都对快乐水的配方很有兴趣。
It's good.
苏州的瑞记正在积极拓展南洋业务，也可以聊合作。我会再送一份到渣甸集团的颐和洋行，虽说他们是
She's good.
但考虑到汽水行业丰厚的利润，想必也不会拒绝。
Yeah, Watson.
对了，我还打算在沪报上发2篇文章，标题都想好了。侦探追查沪上密客时，发现快乐水配方。沃森集团极力否认快乐水中含有新型鸦片。
I love that.
Also,
The fact that strongly denies implies that it is actually true.
You can't call it libel.
That's so good.
你们可要想好污蔑的后果。
It's not libel. You are
配
denying
方是我
it.
家先生的，他想给谁就给谁，怎么了？
Old Bell, how about you double check one more time? If the formula belongs to the Watson Group, I'll order them not to disclose it.
Yeah, it's
Thank
not
you,
liable if it's true.
Judge.
Exactly. Like, that's literally what he's been saying.
Yes.
承认配方是沃森
It's
集团
like I learned from
就
Toby
意味
Chang. I
着
know how to
你在
manipulate
2起
shit.
命案中都有重大嫌疑。如果否认，我们便有权公开配方。这2杯毒酒，你终归要喝一杯下去。
Yes.
Choose your poison cola.
你根本没法解释。
Or you want the poison cola or the poison coffee?
Yep.
为什么只有你知道的高科碱会出现在这个配方里？
The assassin is enjoying this, yeah.
He's just like, I'm glad I didn't get to kill
配方
Shen
是
3
沃
years
森集
ago.
团
This
的
is so
商业秘
fun.
密，你们无权公开。
So he cares more about the formula. Ooh, angry face.
文小姐、沈先生，配方是沃森集团的财产，你们不得随意处置。
It's like, all right.
早说嘛！
Now, can we get on with this murder
来
investigation?
人，请贝尔爵士
Yeah!
去巡捕房协助调
Nice.
查。贝尔爵士不是罪犯，他哪里都不用去。
Judge Herman, I gave you one line of credit, and you do this.
吴松涛之死
The competing gavels. It's pretty funny.
贝尔爵士虽然尚未被定罪，但的确有重大嫌疑在身。
Yeah, which is
They're
why you arrest
fighting.
him.
他乃必要流程，望贺大人配合。
And I hope you cooperate, Judge. like, I'll arrest you too.
野蛮粗暴，漠视人权。
Oh
Mask
wow.
off, Judge Herman.
贝尔爵士作为大英帝国公民，他的尊严必须要得到保障。
But we're in the mixed
在
court
没有确
already,
凿证据的
so
情况下，我认为他没必要接受任何调查。
fine, we'll just get conclusive evidence right now. The Ace Attorney way.
贺大人提
Talk
醒
to the
的是，
assassin. She's right there.
It's a good evil face.
先生，这也太过分了。
我们没有能一锤定音的证据，他会这么说，不算意外。
We talk
这就是
talk to the
个死结
assassin.
啊！
Talk to the assassin.
现在能用的证据都已经用遍了，又不让贝尔爵士接受调查，难道证据会从天上掉下来吗？
Are we?
Are we?
这个人
Think what fell from the
或许会是
sky?
案件最后的突破口。
Yeah, I think it's the assassin.
Yeah, I mean, she would have had to be hired by
She got
someone.
hired by somebody.
不对，
She's right there.
我需要再
No?
思考下。
Really?
眼下只有通过这个人，才能获得更多的证据。
I mean, also maybe Joseph. And also
So it
maybe
was not
Toby
the
Chang?
assassin.
或许
'Cause
会
he
是案
knows
件最后的
something.
突破口。
He knows something,
How would
yeah.
make say Joseph?
That would be
I
a
don't know.
wild. Is he not? Is he?
Would
is
Joseph
Toby an
known
option?
things about his father? Probably. Toby Chang is here.
Toby's an option.
I don't know. Here, let's save just in case.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to be the assassin on account of she definitely got hired by him. Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah, so
what
I'm
Toby
thinking
gives us, but
Toby or Joseph,
he knows
maybe.
stuff. It could be
I would
Joseph,
try
but I
Joseph
could see it
first,
being
maybe.
Toby as a dark horse. Like, yeah, it's always the one you
Let's
least
try
expect.
Joseph.
Okay, Joseph.
贝先生已经很久没说话了，
Yeah, Mr. Joseph is having an
他的情绪
existential
Oh,
一
crisis.
gosh.
直很糟糕。
Ah,
Oh, poor guy.
okay.
约瑟，
I
可以
rescind
问你
my
一件事吗？
angry Josephs. Seems he literally did not know.
Yeah.
He
什
is
么
a
事？
bad detective, though.
Yeah.
这
Well,
份报告和笔
I
记
mean, I guess
就是你从现场拿走的
it's
所有
fair
东
that
西。
it would be hard to.
We had the
Accept something like
evidence
that.
that he was poisoned. We knew something was up 3 years ago. He should have figured it out too.
但是，无论是报告还是笔记中，都没有提到
Yeah,
我。
Joseph.
你想说什么？哥哥留下的资料中没有提到我，与你之前说的话存在矛盾。
Yeah. You said
That it was, yeah, Brian's
it was
intention
Brian's
to keep
intention to
it from you.
keep it from
Could
you.
it be something else?
Yeah, let's just make sure that he
Okay,
didn't
yeah, I
say,
think it would
yeah,
be this.
Brian's intention to keep it from you.
之前你说，是哥哥让你瞒着我，但这些资料中丝毫没有提到我。
I like how he keeps
Yeah,
doing
in
of
quotes.
me.
Me.
我
No,
想
it is literally you, Shen.
他应该还给你留下了别的东西。
Something that you still haven't. He left you that wig, Joseph. That's why you've been wearing it the whole time. Okay,
For the
Watson
honor
is his
of
father.
the Bell family, don't say anything that would
Shut up.
disappoint me.
Okay, Joseph, I know you must be going through like
Something
several
amazing.
levels of trauma right now. But we're really gonna need you to get your head in the game.
Oh, poor little girl. Oh.
Remember what's important.
Daddy won't get
Oh,
to
yeah.
see the
So he did know. Angry Joseph's
Oh no.
unrescinded.
Doesn't want to drink tea, just wants the cola water.
Oh, this poor girl.
Joseph wouldn't let her drink it because he's like, oh, jeez.
Said the lion, but that doesn't make me any braver. And as long as I know myself to be a coward, I shall be unhappy.
Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah, it's sad.
Angry Joseph's unrescinded.
Cece, why don't
you
go play
knew
with Uncle
this
Wu
was
outside
drugs
the
the
courtroom?
whole
Daddy will
time.
join you after work.
吴巡捕，麻烦了。
Thank goodness he only gave her the much healthier tea, which has no drugs or stimulants in it.
周，你的推理是正确的。
He's like, all right, let's take this bastard down.
这张纸巾上面有波安的笔记，我随身保存。
With me all this time, inside my wig.
直到今天，我才完全理解波安为什么要将字写在这张纸上。
These words on this tissue, because it had coffee on it. It's the
他写下这些字的时候，
it's the thing he had from the poison coffee dates.
Promise me, you will stop the release of the opium cessation drugs. Take good care of John. Keep him away from all these.
So, if the pills that Lo Shi-wen was taking had cocaine in them, might explain his breakdown a bit.
Yeah.
纸巾是从沃森的办公室拿的，上面有贝尔公馆的标识。
He does call his father Watson. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we have
Oh,
an
boy.
awkward relationship.
And yeah, Joseph apparently did know about the cocaine in the
Yeah.
cola. Yeah.
He at least heavily suspected. because
Yeah,
he's
he at
like,
least was
I'm
not
letting
letting
my
his
daughter
daughter
mix
drink it. Yeah.
Yep.
这个圆环是咖啡杯的印记，虽然时隔3年，但不妨碍松姐分析。
Ooh.
Oh wow, that's good to know.
That is interesting.
凡有接触，
I'm not sure that that's actually true scientifically.
如果我的推理正确，纸上应该能检测出布鲁生的残留。
Why was I not informed about this?
Because you're an evil murderer.
Dare you keep this from me?
I'm sorry, Watson. This is not just for Cece. It's for
He
myself
does just
as
call his
well.
dad that straight up.
He just calls his dad that.
For the past 3 years, I've been burying my head in the sand like an ostrich.
He
I am a
knows
fucking
idioms in English.
prostitute.
Holy shit! Oh boy! I was not expecting
Murders
that.
on the-
The
Murders on the Yangtze
F-bomb.
River does what Ace Attorney won't.
Oh, that's good.
Good.
In my country, there are 400 million people, and among them, 8 million smoke opium. These 8 million people, from the elderly to children, are all deeply immersed with opium. Their families' wealth is scattered, their lives in ruins. The severity of opium addiction and the agony of cessation make it difficult for them to quit.
Is this why you chose to research this niche field?
This niche field.
Yes, sir.
He's
Young
like,
man,
well, I don't
you are
see
an
why this
idealist,
niche
but you know
field.
nothing about business.
The other reason why
yeah,
he told
he's a
Cece to go play
scientist.
outside the courtroom, yeah.
In fact, opium persists not just due to addiction, but due to significant vested interests.
Yeah, sadly.
Like
Opium
a lot of
trade
people make a lot of
benefits,
money.
while prohibition has no
Yep.
profit.
Well, I don't know
If
about
something
that, buddy.
cannot generate profits, it cannot endure for long.
We had a very healthy alcohol industry during Prohibition.
Many people
Or
have said
very
that.
unhealthy, maybe. Depending on how you look at it.
Thanks for your time.
But I am also an idealist.
Oh, really?
Oh, you liar!
Are you saying that you are willing to fund Brian's research?
I believe that what I am funding is for the well-being of humanity.
You're a fucking liar.
Ah, see? I told you that you could persuade him.
Mr. Shen, a pleasure to work together.
Mr. Bell, Joseph, I am grateful beyond words. Oh, Mr. Bell, you're also here?
Joseph mentioned that you're not feeling well, so I came to check on you.
All 20 patients from St. Mary's experimental group showed signs of drug abuse.
So, like, the fire was always a cover-up, but it's like, damn, that was an incredibly, like, targeted cover-up. It's like, all of those patients are dying.
No need to worry about this, as long as the dosage is
I guess
controlled,
maybe
there
it
won't
wasn't
be
even
any
a cover-up. Maybe, like, it was somebody in the throes of addiction did start a fire, but, like, it feels more like cover-up in my heart.
Yeah.
Patients voluntarily requested dose increases. I'm concerned about the drug's market release.
He's like, yeah, that's probably not a great sign, honestly.
Opium during the treatment.
No? Great! Perfect, it's working.
Well,
Let's sell it.
But...
It indicates that the opium cessation medication you developed is effective.
Uh-huh.
Brian, you truly are a pharmaceutical genius. The moment you've been dreaming
A pharmaceutical genius. You wear your lab coat around everywhere.
But the side effects...
Every drug has its side effects. We can further develop new drugs to help people overcome these side effects.
Mm-hmm. And just sell them more and more and more drugs. It's great. It's perfect.
Fine.
What could go wrong?
It's fine.
Mr. Bell, we cannot launch a drug when we know it has addictive properties.
What do you suggest?
We need to expose the dangers of cocaine. Caution the public.
Are you sure?
Create a monster with my own hands. It must not reach the public. I'll compensate your research funding.
Ooh,
It's like, I don't think you can afford that, Brian, but like... So the thing I'm wondering now... yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
You are always an idealist, Brian.
He's just standing there stirring that coffee so menacingly.
Yep.
So far, nobody knows croquet. Once it is made public, aren't you worried that the Sassoon family will turn around and develop an alternative? Even if you can convince me, can you convince them?
How is that an argument for his... what?
Come. Have a cup of coffee to
If
calm
we
down.
don't release the life-destroying addictive drug...
Someone else
then
will.
someone else will. Which is why we should do it.
Working part-time in Boston to support his studies.
See, there we go. See?
How do you know my brother is in Boston?
He is your brother. Of course, I have to take extra care of him.
Mr. Bell.
Yeah.
Are you threatening me?
No, he's threatening your brother.
I am planning a future for you and your
Oh,
brother.
no.
Do you want shares in Watson Group?
Ooh.
It can make you both live a life of prosperity and wealth forever.
I developed
Which is
opium
wild, because he's
cessation
already
drugs
been
to prevent
poisoned.
Tragedies, not for wealth.
He's
In
like,
that
I was
case,
confident
I
enough you would
respect
refuse.
your decision. Keep a close eye on him.
Those
Make
guys.
sure he gets home and never steps out.
Okay, side note.
Yep.
So we'd seen these guys before, and like they...
Yep.
Or presuming those are like the same guys we saw outside the house before. They look different, right?
Yeah, I think he might just have a network of guys. It might just...
I was
like,
thinking
it's
it
not
might
just
be the
these
thing
guys.
of like us seeing things wrong again. Of like the flashbacks being altered.
It could be, but I think it's a little more likely in this case that it's
Yeah, I mean, he could just have multiple
there
guys.
are more guys.
That is
And Mr.
entirely
Robinson.
true. Yeah, Mr. Robinson too. Like, that also has not been brought
And
back.
Mr.
I
Robinson.
wonder if that was also just like... not real. Also, other weird side note, look at that chair arm. What's up with that? Why is it invisible?
Yep.
I think
One
it's a
the
bit of a
arms
glitch there.
Yep.
After
It's a
5
side
hours,
effect
go
of brucine
inside and
poisoning. Your
retrieve
chairs start
all his
disappearing.
research files.
He's like, ah, damn it. And now the arm's back.
Why is there so much noise outside?
Is this the fire?
Sir, St. Mary Hospital is on fire.
Huh.
So is he actually surprised by that?
Is he, or is he pretending
fire
to?
will turn everything into ashes, won't it?
He's like, oh, that's lucky.
The night in London hasn't been this bright.
Oh, wow.
Watson!
It's your property. Aren't you worried?
It's his property,
No, he
goddammit.
probably caused this.
Yeah.
Everything comes with a cost.
Yeah, no, that feels like a strongly implied he murdered 20 people.
Grandpa, when can we go home?
Darling, we've got to stay here for a bit.
To make money.
Someone once told me there's like 400 million people here, but only 8
Yeah,
million
but only 8 million people.
Market development
like,
rate
I
is a real
need-
disappointment here.
Oh,
right?
wow. He's like, I need to get more people addicted. Holy shit.
I need to get more people on drugs.
Fifi Walter wants the cool water.
No, darling, you can't drink the cola water. How about Chinese tea?
Can I chuck in a bit of fruit juice in the tea?
Of course. And
That actually
you
sounds
know
delicious.
what? You've been giving me a bit of inspiration. Maybe I should chuck in some fruity flavors that kids fancy into the cola water.
What is up with that, like, the Watson's lines? I feel like they've been really, like, weirdly robotic this scene.
Oh, he's the Tin Woodsman. I also love the,
guess.
like, yes, this is about vaping, guys.
Yep.
Salient social commentary.
对不起，郑。
He's like, maybe I
我一
should
度
get
以
more
为
kids on the drugs.
波安是想用自己的牺牲来阻止戒烟药的上市。
And then he just kind of ignored.
约瑟，这不是你的错，
I mean, it is kind of his fault.
但贝尔先生和沃森集团必须受到相应的惩罚。
Yeah, he won't let his granddaughter drink it, but he'll market to other kids.
Well, yeah, his granddaughter's gonna inherit the wealth of the cola factory.
Yep.
哈瑞大人，现在有了贝尔爵士下毒的证
He
据，可
literally
以将他绳
admitted
之以
it?
法了吧？
Well, I guess he didn't technically
Well,
admit it,
This
but
lad seems dead set on getting the law to come down on you.
he's like,
Go
this
ahead,
kid thinks that you've got...
Arrest me.
This kid thinks that you're subject to
那么有
laws.
什么
Yeah.
贝尔爵士的罪行已经得到了证明，难道这样还不够吗？
Like, we have the
陈先生
evidence.
据说你曾在波士顿学习法律，总不会没听过“管辖权”这个词吧？
Oh, don't do that
But we're
shit.
in international court.
施害者在上海，上海道台怎会没有管辖权？
但贝尔爵士是大英帝国公民，
Oh my
一个
god.
远东小法庭连陪审团都没有，外加一群不懂法的外行，如何能让这位大英帝国的爵士获得公正的对待？
That's what
民
the
事
mixed
裁判
court
权
is
就是
for?
为此而存在的。
民事裁判权？
Oh no.
根据两国间的协定，英人之犯罪只能由英国领事来裁决。
但他们明显是穿一条裤子的呀！
真不甘心就这样让他逃脱罪责。
Okay, so according to the Qing code, I think Shen can kill him now and just get some lashes.
非你我能够改变。宽大人，能看清时事，是你最大的优点。
What if the assassin just kills him? Or she's just like, I'm an assassin.
Enough
I don't give a
of
shit.
this, Watson. Fulfill your promise to me. Stop the opium cessation drugs business.
Enough of this, Joseph. 3 years ago, for you, I took all the opium cessation drugs off the shelves at our pharmacy.
I gave up one revenue stream for a much more lucrative and marketable revenue stream. Is that not enough, Joseph? That's different and it didn't count.
This measure opens up a whole new market for us.
Liar!
Joseph, my child, you've inherited my
kindness.
My kindness? What kindness, Watson? Show me one example of kindness.
Opium business is doomed after the opium agreement between China and UK. There are 8 million addicts in China. All need opium cessation drugs. It's a huge market.
You son of a bitch.
We will surpass the Sassoons and become the most powerful family in the Far East.
Joseph's just like...
You're fully aware that cocaine is not an opium cessation drug, and it's worse than opium.
God, you are stupid. Trade is free. Where there is demand, there will be supply.
Pictured kindness.
看来，贝尔爵士真正想做的生意并不是戒烟药，而是想用快乐水取代鸦片。
He just wants to break bad.
鸦片是无罪的，快乐水更是如此。他们都只是商品而已。
Then you take them. I demand that he drink a whole bunch of cola water right
要制定
now.
1868年的毒品药店法案。如果鸦片是无罪的，为何会有那么多人因它而亡，家庭因它而破碎？
Okay, wait, was Elle's case related to opium?
你为何要毒害我哥哥？
I don't remember specifically. Was there something?
It's like, it might have been like one of her parents, like, died later from it, maybe. It is also true that she was drinking a whole bunch of cola water because Langston had it on the boat.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe attributing it to that, but...
为何要灭口吴松涛？还有圣玛丽医院数十条无辜的生命。
Okay, yes, he definitely did do the fire.
凡事皆有代价。我给了你们最好的选择，只可惜你们都太过短视。
所谓最好的选择，就是用快乐水继续毒害我们吗？
你们这个国
It's
家
like, but it's delicious.
落后又腐败，
God damn it, Watson.
还擅长装腔作势。
You're calling them corrupt?
几十年前你们自己就种得漫山遍野了，无数人靠鸦片。
Judge Kwan, I demand we arrest
你
him
们
for
的
being
工
a
厂、
racist.
学堂，很多都是靠鸦片建起来的。这一点，关大人应该很清楚吧？万国禁烟大会即将召开，我相信。 禁烟？你们真的相信中国禁得了烟吗？
我相信。
He's like, yes.
这
I'm an idealist, motherfucker.
你和你那可怜的哥哥一样，都是理想主义者。我对他的遭遇深感同情。 事实上，对于伯安，我不只是同情，还非常的敬佩和感激。
Well, I'm sure he does. Brian invented, yeah. Brian invented the cola water.
Yep.
This was all about plagiarism the entire time. You've just admitted it in court. I own the patent now.
人的苦难是自己选择的结果。 那些吸大烟的人，都是有自由意志的。难道有人逼他们吗
Oh my god, shut up!
Shut up, yeah, just
creepy.
是他们自己要吸的。
He's like,
你的燕贵父
oh, you're
亲
bringing up
一
his
样，
father now.
而你那自视清高的哥哥。
Okay, but you poisoned him before then. You poisoned him
就
first.
怎会落得这样一个下场？
He's like, well, you just admitted that my brother invented the cola water, so the patent belongs to me now.
耐心等一
So
等，
wait
大
patiently.
约上钩时会有明显的异常。
Okay.
He's like, I just got the biggest fish. So
事实上，
yeah.
你做不到嘴上说的那样心安理得。
We got him.
So you just admitted it.
你在笑什么？
You heard it. You
如果
all
你
heard
心
it.
中没有恐惧，就不会为了隐瞒真相而杀人灭口。
And yeah, that's absolutely a good point. They can't have free will if they don't know that there are drugs in their drinks.
Oh no. What is the last piece?
What is he talking about? Last evidence is prepared for your... I feel like this is also a case of weird translation.
Well, I guess it's going to be what's the thing that we didn't actually get yet.
I feel like it might be this. Oh my god, are we casting this
Toby's
entire
listening in.
court?
Toby's been listening in the whole time.
Oh my god.
From outside. Toby! Coming in for the win!
沃森，我为你准备了2件。
Prepared 2 gifts for you.
2 gifts.
Ah, beautiful.
这3年，我深度调查过我哥哥案件的所有嫌疑人，尤其是
Especially you. I always knew it was you, you motherfucker.
这个手提箱中装着与沃森集团有关的各种犯罪记录，
No.
不只是上海，还包括香港、伦敦，开设沃森大药房的所有其他城市。凡有接触，均有痕迹。
All
我知道你如
contact.
何用巧取豪夺的手段收购香港大药房。
Turns out you just had to
知道
slap
你
your
如
own
何将
sign
贵
on
价
top
的
of
廉价
it.
补药伪装成戒烟药，赚取第1桶金。 我知道你如何勾结腐败官员，让他们对假药造成的种种恶果视而不见。我知道你如何一次次犯罪，又一次次利用法庭脱罪。我拜访过这些事件的受害者，
Oh wow.
通过他们，我逐渐构筑出
Shen did promise him that exclusive.
Toby is having the time of his life, yep.
只剩最后一环。刚才，约瑟提供了最关键的证物，所有人都听到了你亲口认罪。
既然这样，不妨带上那些受害者，找个有管辖权的法庭起诉吧。我敢保证，你所谓的证据和证言都不会被接受。
I mean, we can.
所以，
Yeah.
我还准备了另一
Another gift. I said 2, yeah. I
Yep.
said 2, you
另一件
asshole.
物品是
我发明的留声广播机。
A foo helped.
He did.
沈仲平，你也要像你哥哥一样，用它自杀吗？
You dick.
Wow.
沃森，哥哥用生命保护那份资料，就是为了在今天给你敲响丧钟。你那肮脏的生意到头了。
你比你的哥哥还要天真。大烟与戒烟药的生意已经延续了半个世纪，你真以为凭一个人
They're both hands on their hips
改
now.
变时代吗？
不，我绝不是一个
I'm
人。
not alone.
我曾见过一位修撰，为思想解放和文学创新而奔波于田野乡间。
She
我曾
died.
见过一位匠，为突破炼钢技术
He
制
also
而
died.
忘时。我还知道一位官员，即便没有图纸，硬是靠锤子敲出第1艘火轮船。除他们外，还有千千万万中国人，虽身处逆境，仍在努力改变时
Yeah.
代。而鸦片，是我们国家必须面对的最紧急的问题之一。我们必须努力， 禁烟禁毒，以挽救自己。
先生说的对，我举双手支持。
Watson's like, but none of that is a
回
legal
头让报业的
argument.
朋友们一起揭露快乐水的真相。
我也是。
Judge Quan is like, I thought this was gonna be a straightforward court day.
You can start by, like, getting this guy convicted, please.
Yeah, we do need to...
Everyone's in. Is the assassin gonna join in too? Because that would be hilarious.
The British cop isn't cheering. He's the one guy who's...
I'm just waiting for the assassin.
The assassin's like, honestly, I don't really give a shit, but it would be fun to kill you, so...
Why indeed?
Outside. Yeah, that's right, Watson. Yeah.
Throwing stuff? Oh my god.
Throwing stuff. You're in danger, Judge Herman. Which might technically be illegal, but there probably aren't laws against it yet.
会审公廨外面的人也都能听到。
接下来几天的报纸头条肯定也是这件事儿。很快，全世界的人都会知晓真相。
Yeah, see, she won't say that you strongly denied there was cocaine in the colon. Now she'll say you admitted it.
Yep.
Yeah, there might not be laws against this yet. Technically. Oh! Shadow Shit hadn't taken the reins. Yeah, no, Shadow Shit's like, I don't fear death, baby.
你们的规则从来都有2套标准，一套给自己，一套给别人。而在我这里，只有一条规则。如果你选择作恶，就
That was so
That's
cool.
wild. So wild. He might have just murdered him there.
当然，愤怒的民众想往里冲，巡捕们快拦不住了。
He's like me, specifically. Throw Watson to the crowd. I'll do everything to ensure your safety.
如果您不能以公正执法来平息民怒，执意袒护贝尔爵士，谁也不敢保证3年前黎皇室案的惨剧不会重演。
Ooh.
Oh, got all the historical facts.
Yeah!
Oh.
History.
沃森·鲁宾贝尔。
It
We
wasn't
did
in this
it!
case, but we did it. Boom!
Got him!
Down and out. He's like, I have a gun. I'm just gonna shoot people now.
Yeah, I did see that he was like
Maybe
putting
he's
his
just-
hand in his like inner pocket there. That's
His
yeah.
poison pocket. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna like try to cyanide pill your way out of this, that's hours of agony. I'll just leave you to it. Nope, just a gun. Just a gun.
马牌炉子，先生小心！
The 2 horses!
先生。
That's a place to cut the scene.
That is a cliffhanger.
1909, Tang Guan gave a remarkable speech at the International Opium Commission held in Shanghai. The meeting led to the first international drug control treaty. the Hague Opium Convention in 1912. In 1928, the Republic of China attempted to abolish all consular jurisdiction in China. However, due to resistance from foreign countries, its goal was not achieved. In 1943, ROC ended UK and US consular jurisdiction in China through an agreement. In 1949, the People's Republic of China was founded, ending consular jurisdiction and foreign privileges. Damn, we're really going through the whole history.
We're just going through the timeline. I'm sure we're going to get like an epilogue with the characters we actually care about. But like real history is good too.
PRC's proclamation on strictly prohibiting opium eradicated the issue in 3 years.
Your audio is cutting in and out.
Oh. Hello? Is everything okay?
I mean, it might
Can
just be that you're talking.
Am I just talking too quietly?
I heard that.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll try to move towards the mic a little bit more.
Yep.
In 1987, the UN set June 26th as the International Day Against Drug Abuse in Vienna. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yep. She's like, I was just waiting for my moment. I was like, there's a reason the assassin's been here for so long. You feel like that would show up in the Yelp reviews. She's just like...
3位侦探公堂大显身手，揭露沃森集团惊天阴谋。
All right.
我买一份报纸。这报我不卖。
No, you don't.
送给你了。
Thank you.
Yeah.
智斗洋人的高手。
I was like, he's gotta recognize that if it was there. You get this newspaper for free. So, like, she was the Shanghai Phantom, right? We're all in agreement.
这次不仅救出了先生，
还一起抓住了幕后真凶。
Shen is in the hospital.
那必须要好好庆祝下。今晚来剧院吧，我请客。
可先生受伤了，我得先送他回扬州休养。
沈先生他还好吗？
受了些皮外伤，没大碍，只是这次又要错过尹珠姐的表演了。
Mr. Performance.
Cute.
祝你们一路平安。
Well, Joseph, you were only half as much a coward as I thought you were.
先暂停检察官的工作，全力
Like
解
I
决快
need
乐
a
水
bit
的
of a
问题
break.。
有我能帮忙的地方，你尽管说。
大茶人精神，我要悄悄话
Poor
对你
Cece.
说。
Cece's like, I never got to drink that cola water.
What he wanted. Did you get a thinking brain?
He's like, I found my courage.
That's great.
Did Mr. Woodsman get a heart? And we're just sort of like, no. Auntie Boo's like, I'm here too
温
now.
大人，您怎么在这里？
查封沃森大药房是大事，本官得亲自盯着，避免再生变故。
不知丁香姐怎么样了？
He's like, I really thought this would just be like a normal
在会
court
审攻
day.
陷女押所，听候处断。
你们能网开一面吗？
Yeah, you know, one bad murder, one good murder.
Yeah.
丁香为民除害。
I greatly admire that, actually.
除了这个案子以外，
She has
我
killed
还
so
身负
many
多条
people.
人命。
放心吧，关大人会让他获得公正的审判。
细致搜查每一个角落，留意所有细节，发现任何可疑之处，立即向我报告。 是，学长。
捕爷。
现在要叫李巡长了。
Yeah.
文小姐见笑了。
Thing kind of got super arrested.
发生什么了？怎么又在调查洋货铺？
沃森虽已伏法，但大盗仍在逍遥法外。
The Shanghai Phantom.
必将
We will never find out who that mysterious phantom thief who's probably that magician lady really was. It would be funny if it turned out like Toby was the phantom.
先生
Shen's like, I just needed to change outfits. It's all good. I only got injured in my British form. In my Western clothes.
右手令不碍事的。
我来。
He's like, my right arm is fine. I'm like, Shen, I am pretty sure you are not supposed to lift anything with any gunshot wound. I don't think it matters which arm you got shot in.
And how did he grow his hair out that fast? That's a good question.
Yes!
You can just do that magically. I guess he was just like hiding it under his clothes or something.
He's like Wolverine. He regenerated, and that meant his hair grew.
不过，万国禁烟大会要召开了，我想多写几篇报道，为大会助力。
温小姐，务必多保
Just
重。
like, I've got a job, and there probably won't be murders
我可是
there.
资深记者，后会有期了。
对了，可心姐，这次的标题是什么？
标题还没定呢。这次的报道是与程守臣合写的，不知道他又跑哪里
That's right. Toby Chang, the real hero of this story.
Yeah.
Always watch the credits.
Oh,
Toby,
what's he doing here?
what are you doing here, you son of a bitch?
当然是来还机器的呀。
Like, it turns out it's useless without the other
我
one,
的流程广
so...
播机。
Otherwise, I'd be using it to spy on everything.
不过，如果它对成绩者的工作有帮助的话，我可以把它送给你。
Yeah, Kit, there are some things that are not resolved. Like the whole thing with Afu's father and grandfather. What happened to
The
them?
entire thing. Yes.
你还是留着再改良
Maybe
改良吧。
it is for a sequel.
这次多亏有守臣兄帮忙。
是你神机妙算，算准了我不会错过这个
Yeah,
大新闻。
why did you become a journalist? You
Yeah.
were a scientist.
在这个事件中，你所做的贡献，远比表面上看起来的要多。你们道出的那份配方，才是一切让真相大白的关键。
Yep, it was
He
him.
was the Shanghai Phantom. I knew it.
成绩者就是沪上怪盗。
I was like, it's either the magician or Toby. Oh, never mind. It's not him.
No, I think
他
he's
观察到民众喝完快乐水后的症状，与圣玛丽医院的受试者相同。于是，
They are
托
like,
人道
oh
出了快乐
yeah.
水的配方，来验证一个猜想。
It's like, and then I
只是还没
hired
等我见到
the
配方，
magicians.
松涛就遭了毒手，配方也不知所踪。我几次想进入现场寻找，却始终没机会。没想到，松涛将配方放在了你哥哥的照片后面。现在想想，这也的确是最合适的地方。哦，对了，差点忘了正事儿。
He's like, in retrospect, it's probably a good thing I got kicked from Watson's research group.
先生，看来我错怪吴老板了。
I misunderstood.
之前调查洋货铺地窖的时候，我还以为他是个卖戒烟药的奸商。不过
I thought he was breaking bad.
当年参与
But
过研究
actually,
项目的
he
不是
was
成绩
breaking
者，
good.
怎么会是吴老板知道受试者的症状呢？
Yeah, I do know about the DLCs. Do you know if there's any timeline on when they're planning to translate them? I remember they mentioned that they were working on it, but I don't think they're out yet. In English, at least. Yeah, Brian's friends were actually good
They
people.
were actually nice guys.
Yep.
2位侦探，有位朋友托我捎一件东西。
A friend?
A friend? 委托信吗？
不愧是阿福兄弟。
承蒙守臣兄信任，但我打算先回扬州一趟，把案子告破。
He's like, I need a break.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years.
这个案子，我相信沈先生不会拒绝。
She's back too.
Influencer.
She's still relevant. Ooh, very
She's
pretty.
still relevant.
We're back on the river.
Yes, she could.
They're still on their journey.
They're still
right.
on the Yangtze River.
Okay, can we go into our thingy? Let's take a look at our last couple of things that we
Historical
got.
facts.
Yep. Gotta read through all of them. Yep. What is this? Hmm. Cool.
Okay, so actually, thing that is, because I think that came up when Shadow Shen was like, I only have one rule. So, in the Ace Attorney series, I don't remember, is it Ryunosuke?
Ryunosuke?
Phoenix?
Ryunosuke
Yeah, the
is
Japanese
Phoenix's
name of Phoenix.
ancestor.
Sorry, say again?
Ryunosuke is Phoenix's ancestor from Great Ace Attorney.
Okay, then
Phoenix's Japanese name also began with Ryu. Yeah, it was some kind of dragon
because,
something.
Symbolically, in the original Japanese, Phoenix, right, was associated with a dragon, like a mythical creature. And then in the translation, they chose to associate him with a kind of similar Western illusion of the phoenix.
Yep.
And then in the Great Ace Attorney, I guess, Ryuichi Naruhodo. But the Ryu means dragon, so Ryunosuke also refers to a dragon.
Yes.
For his ancestor there. So it is a really nice and cute, like, I like the things that they are doing that are Ace Attorney homages, but there's a very nice use of a Chinese legendary figure and associate that with Shen. So that's a cool thing. I like that.
Yep.
Yeesh.
Oh boy. Yeah, I think that's all we have there. Endings. That's interesting. Are they implying there are multiple endings? I think they just mean they mean the like these
Exiled
things.
Far Away.
That's fun. That's really cute. Well, now I'm sad that I didn't do more of them.
There's clearly a lot of them, so they're for replay value, I guess.
Yep. Oh boy. Oh, there's a lot of these too. God damn.
A lot of these, yeah.
But yeah, that's it then. We finished the game. We did it, guys. We solved all the mysteries.
We did it.
Oh, that was a good game. That final confrontation was
a
very fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Man, it's very good at the like dramatic moments. Ooh, it's so satisfying.
Yeah, the drama and like the use of kind of the end to segue into like a broader historical political point of like truly the problems were with the corruption of people trying to like use addiction as a way to profit.
Yep.
And the way that this like reflects imperialistic practices, and like this is something that it's very important for people to be able to actually stand up against, was very strong.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this game.
Yeah,
I
it's a fun
think
time.
that, like, I love this genre of visual novel. And I think that while you can absolutely see the influences that they mentioned, I think that the game does a very good job of standing on its own.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of detective games, I also have Of the Devil lined up at some point.
Ooh.
Probably not immediately after this.
No,
but
that's fair. You
yeah,
get
I don't
some
know if you
variety
guys,
in there.
yeah, if you guys have heard of that game, but I've heard nothing but the highest praise, so I'm very excited for that.
Yes.
Yeah, so the next game after this, I'm planning to do the To the Moon series beach episode.
You cut out there.
Oh, hello?
Planning to...
Yeah? Okay. Hopefully you guys can...
I cut out after...
hear me. Yeah. I was planning to do the To the Moon series beach episode. Which should be a pretty short one. But yeah, we've got plenty of cool games lined up.
The game's name keeps getting cut off. Isn't this the Into the Stars or whatever?
It was To the Moon beach episode.
To the Moon.
Why is my...
Okay, yeah.
Is my mic doing something funny? What's going on?
Yeah, it kept cutting out like exactly when you named the game, and I'm like, the mic is censoring
very weird.
you.
Yeah. The mic doesn't want me to say it,
But
apparently.
Yes.
Oh, it's only getting cut off for Luke. Oh, that's weird.
Yep. It's weird.
All right, I guess your Discord doesn't want you to hear it.
Oh, then I guess yeah, it's just me. It's just me who's out of the loop.
Apparently.
Well.
Yeah, that's it for
the
today
spirit
then.
world is like that sometimes.
Yeah, so thank you so much for everyone joining me on this game. That was a great time, and we definitely had some, some fun discussions and theories, and, thank you so much for
This was a whole
joining in the
bunch of
chat
fun.
and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the chat, getting to react to this game and bounce theories and stuff. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So we've got To the Moon coming up. We've got I said To the Devil, Of the Devil eventually happening. I'm thinking actually after the To the Moon, I might check out 1000 Times Resist, which I've also heard really good things about. So, lots of good stuff. I hope you guys can join me for those as well. And yeah, I guess I'll see you later. We'll be back. Today's Thursday, right? So we'll be back next Tuesday with To the Moon. All right. Have a good rest of your day then. And I'll see you guys later.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.